Hello and welcome. Today's beginner bass lesson is more on the bass guitar minor scales and the bass guitar minor modes. Today you're going to learn the fifth mode of the harmonic minor scale, which is the Phrygian Dominant. That's the name of it, and that is what we're going to talk about today. But first, if you're new here, this is I Want to Play Bass, your YouTube channel for all your bass guitar lessons, tips, bass guitar gear reviews, and occasional giveaways. Also a couple campaigns going on. One's going on right now to plant a tree. So every dollar goes to planting a tree at sign up or over at my Patreon page as well. So jump over there and get that, subscribe here, hit that bell notification, get in the loop, and don't miss a beat. If you don't know me by now, I'm Donald with the bass instructor of the How to Play Bass online course at iwanttoPlayBass.com. Jump over there, subscribe, become a member for free, and get updates on all kinds of new material coming out. And when you're serious about your bass playing, sign up, plant 2 trees, and get well on your way to reaching your bass playing goals. Okay, so enough of that. We were talking about the Phrygian Dominant mode. So we're on the harmonic minor scale, and if you haven't seen the major modes, check those out first. Get those down first. Learn the major modes, the modes of the major scale first. Get those down because all of these are derived from those modes. Okay, so check that card out here. I'll leave a link here. Click it and go check that out. Start there first. Don't dive right into the harmonic minor modes or the melodic minor modes because they'll be complicated. So get those first and work your way up to this. All right, so the harmonic minor scale. Now the Phrygian Dominant comes off the 5th degree of the harmonic minor scale. So it's going to be, if we're going to say we're in the key of C, we're going to be using the G Phrygian Dominant scale, okay, mode. That's going to be right there, the 5th, and it's just the Phrygian, and they call it the Phrygian Dominant because it resembles the Phrygian mode, but it's just the dominant diminished type of the idea there. It's not the the Phrygian. Here's your Phrygian. With that dominant 7 is where they would call it, but it's the Phrygian has the dominant 7 already. So this is going to be, still has that dominant 7, but it changes. It doesn't have the second of it still has the second, but it jumps right to it has a major third instead of a minor third. Okay, so it's no different, but it's just one you got to memorize, the Phrygian Dominant as opposed to Phrygian, the difference between the two. And it comes from the 5th degree of the harmonic minor scale, not the 3rd degree of the major scale. Okay, so hope that's not confusing you at all. If it is, leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to reiterate something or just clarify it for you. Okay, so that is going to be the Phrygian Dominant right there. Can you hear that difference? Now we'll just play the harmonic minor and then I'll play the Phrygian Dominant as I've done in previous videos, okay? Here's the harmonic minor. Now here's Phrygian Dominant. Okay, so a little bit of a difference. There is a couple intervals there that aren't in the harmonic, but you can hear the difference. Okay, so that's the pattern right there, or that's the sound, that's the comparison to the harmonic minor. Now here's the pattern, just going to be your standard, just these are a little different. They've got different fingerings, stuff like that to make these happen because of the difference in intervals and all that. So this is basically start on your second finger, 3rd finger, next string, 1st finger, slide up, 2nd, slide up a half step, 3rd finger, 4th finger, 1st finger, 3rd finger. Now, like I talked about with the Dorian Sharp 11, use those as technique builders. Use these scales just as technique builders. And what I like to do, since my pinky's the weaker of the 4 fingers, I'll try to use that a little more dominantly just to help build it up. Just get used to using that pinky, you know, leading with that pinky as opposed to like that, you know, your pointer finger, your first finger. So that's the pattern right there. Get used to it, you know, practice it, work on build the stamina of your fingers, and you know, that's how you want to use it. Now the Phrygian Dominant, the arpeggio is going to be that right there. And that's where it gets the dominant name from, is because it's a dominant. It's just like your dominant chord. It's a major third, minor third, dominant 7. So that's why it gets the Phrygian Dominant name, because that's the arpeggio right there. Major third, minor third, or dominant 7 right there. So you could use that over a dominant 7 chord and give it a minor feel, give it a different taste all around. You know, Mixolydian has which is the 5th mode of the major scale, has a nice sounding quality to it, where this right here would add, it's still nice sounding, it's a little acquired sound. You know, you've got to learn to like this one, but it's, you know, you can still use it. And that'll change up the feel in that for a second, you know, in a second. You know, change it seriously in a second, drastically. You go to a dominant 7 chord and you throw that in, that'd be like, whoa. So it's kind of cool. You can utilize it like that. It's definitely good for that. You know, add some color to that line, that bass line, throw that in there, dominant 7 chord, just, and you know, definitely works good. That's the Phrygian Dominant. So say we're in the key of A, the minor key of A. So we're just taking E, we're in the minor key of A. So just take an open E and just use that pattern. You know, work with that pattern till your ears get used to it and you get more familiar with that Phrygian Dominant, you know, before you go too far. Just take that pattern. Just to get you an idea how it's going to sound. Okay, so have fun with it. You know, kind of neat. You can use that half step there to help resolve it to back to that root, because when we're into these keys, it's the resolutions are a little different. All right, so hope you got some value out of that. If you did, mash that like button for me. Help me help you, and I'll catch you all on the flip-flop in the next video. Bye for now.